Guys, the truth is out. This bull run is already vastly different from 2017. There's fundamentally something going on behind the scenes that we absolutely have to discuss. You are not going to want to miss this webisode. Welcome back and Merry Christmas, everyone. My name is Jiggles the Elf, and boy oh boy do we have a lot to be jumping into in this webisode. After 12 long months in Santa's sweatshop doing dangerous, dirty, and absolutely disgusting things, I have finally escaped, and I'm here to bring you some absolutely insane Bitcoin news. And surprise, surprise, we're going to be talking a little bit about these cryptocurrency regulations, what people are saying in the space, and just what in tarnation is going on with these altcoins. Huge! So if you guys love the holidays and yellow snow, make sure to hit that like and subscribe, turn on post notifications so you get updated when we post absolutely savage videos like this. And as well, all comments enter you for a hardware wallet and equivalent BTC or access to T4. We're actually going to be picking the winner in the next webisode, so make sure to leave your comment below. And as well, for anybody with experience and looking to trade these markets and support the channel, make sure to check out our links below. Massive Bybit bonuses below, but keep in mind, trading in general is always risky. Wow, the milk in Santa's cup's going to be a little bit thicker tonight, am I right, guys? So if we start off here with Grayscale, it's absolutely been a huge portion of 2020 and Bitcoin being bought. Guys, Grayscale's total Bitcoin holdings have spiked to 572,000, with GBTC having 13.7 billion worth of assets under management. Now, the real story here is just how much Bitcoin there is being created, how much Bitcoin is lost, how much Bitcoin is available, and the struggle for people to be getting Bitcoin. Guys, fundamentally and technically, so far, this bull run is different than the one that began end of 2016, beginning of 2017. For one, we can start with this. So Bitcoin flowing into exchanges was a major trend we saw all throughout the bull run of 2017. But what we're seeing now is basically the exact opposite, is Bitcoin flowing out of exchanges. And as well, another fundamental thing we can just look at on this chart is that even price-wise and resistance support-wise, Bitcoin is already on a different trajectory than it was. And even if we didn't even look at this breakout that we've just seen over the past few months, Bitcoin's consolidation pattern was vastly different than every other consolidation pattern in Bitcoin's history as well. We haven't seen kind of a massive spike like we saw in the summer of 2019, and we haven't seen a lot of this other structure anyway, similar to other previous Bitcoin halvings and Bitcoin cycles. So technically, there are some differences, but more so, a lot of the differences lie in some of the fundamentals going on. And guys, I wanted to highlight this point as well. Bob Goodwin was talking about this bull run being very strong. He got a comment here saying Bitcoin is actually inflating every day for the next 120 years. 900 Bitcoin are mined and flooded into the market. Nothing is getting scarcer. Guys, that's absolutely false. And the reply to this comment is one way to frame it. He basically said, at current prices, that's about $20 million of value a day, practically nothing. Central banks have already added $6 trillion to fiat currencies. They've printed basically $6 trillion in the last year. And at current Bitcoin prices, that's enough to buy every Bitcoin that exists and will ever exist 12 times over. So basically, it's kind of obvious for most people that Bitcoin is not inflationary. In fact, it's clearly deflationary. It's the opposite. There's a fixed amount, and you can't just print more of it. Like we just said, trillions of dollars were printed this year in response to the global explosion catastrophe. And currently there are people that are concerned about the SEC's ruling on XRP. We see this as well. Rubini here, Nouriel Rubini, Bitcoin's hyperbolic bubble is going to burst. He has been saying this for years. He's nicknamed Dr. Doom because he has a reputation. I personally like to call him Dr. Dirty Trousers instead. But yeah, he's basically just trashing it. All of his reasons are nonsensical. The one thing that he does say that makes a little sense, and again, you can't use this to make your entire argument valid, but he does say there are thousands of worthless coins, and that is obviously true. There are literally thousands of cryptocurrencies, and most of them are absolute trash. Some of them in the top 10, 20, 30, and some that are outliers outside of that, which are kind of microcap gems. Some of them are valuable. But guys, for the most part, I would say at least 95% of cryptocurrencies are actually garbage. But basically the real crisis that we're facing now is that we're getting these institutions coming in, and this is a fairly new phenomenon. It's only been going on pretty much beginning frequently in the year 2020, so it's only really picked up. And we're seeing Bitcoin supply bought up immediately, and the demand is just growing, and there's just not enough Bitcoin for some of these massive institutions to get in. And again, there's not even enough Bitcoin for everybody on the planet. Okay, whether you want to call it digital gold or not, it is basically digital gold in the sense that it's going to be extremely valuable, in my opinion, and people are really going to want to hoard this stuff because of its innate ability to hold value better than anything else, as we're going to see and we've already begun to see. And everybody's also talking about Bitcoin dominance, which is very high right now. A lot of altcoins are absolutely getting destroyed in terms of their Bitcoin pairing. You can see here, Bitcoin only down like 1% today. Some of these alts really just haven't moved, and it's a trend we've seen over the past few months as Bitcoin has blown past all-time highs. And it's most likely going to continue in the short term. People ask me in the comments a lot about Chainlink because they know that I like Chainlink a lot. Again, Chainlink isn't doing anything necessarily different than a lot of these other alts. There's some speculation that there might be some crackdowns on Chainlink, but again, so far there's no fundamental reason aside from XRP that any of these cryptocurrencies are dropping. Just part of the cycle, absolutely normal. But one of the biggest differences that we're seeing so far in this bull run is that Bitcoin is 100% the coin people are looking at. In 2017, altcoins were honestly extremely popular. People were very interested, and I don't think a lot of people were even exposed to the idea of altcoins until 2017. I think people may have heard about Bitcoin at the beginning of 2017, but for the most part, most people had never even known or heard that there were other cryptocurrencies. ICOs were a huge thing back in 2017, and simply it's not the case anymore, right? The narrative has changed, and Bitcoin still remains kind of like that top dog, and we're seeing this rally so far, this bull market, really be predicated on Bitcoin success, and it's extremely Bitcoin focused. And I think that's a trend we're going to see continue, especially as this bull run gets kicked off, because guys, let's also be honest and realistic here. This bull run has kicked off so strongly for a fundamental reason that doesn't have as much to do with technical analysis as it does with just what is actually happening, which is institutions buying Bitcoin. They're showing that they think Bitcoin has value, and they're buying it, which again, this didn't happen back in 2017. If you go back to January 2017, that simply wasn't happening, and we had a nice bull rally. Now we're starting off this one for a fundamental different reason, also combined with the fact that we had a halving a few months ago. These cycles tend to repeat, so we have like a combination of that and the institutions being extremely bullish. And again, you see so much excitement, so much exuberance into Bitcoin right now, okay? Altcoins will rally, but it's hard to predict when. Most likely it'll be when Bitcoin trades sideways for a little bit. When it consolidates, usually money does flow more into alts, and especially as we get new money who become more interested in some of these altcoins and other projects. But in terms of Bitcoin's current TA, we're kind of just holding at a key level here. Again, we have so much support that's been built below us just over the last few weeks that I think remains extremely strong. Even if we get a massive, $4,000 or $5,000 pullback, that would be perfectly healthy, perfectly normal. Okay, people might want to say, well, what would you say is bearish? Well, I'd say if we break below the 21 weekly, which is all the way down at 14,000, then we could get a little more bearish. We could think like, what the heck's going on? But again, we're like $10,000 above that right now. So again, not really even worth discussing. Overall, Bitcoin's extremely bullish, and this bull run is just fundamentally built on something different. Okay, it's very interesting to see. I've never been more bullish on the fundamentals of Bitcoin, and I don't think most of the world has been. And in fact, that is exactly why we see these different types of investors coming into the space. And we've already seen what they've done thus far. And I personally think what they can do, what all of us combined, retail institutions, everyone combined, can do to Bitcoin's price, is something we've never seen before, and it could honestly get extremely mind-blowing, eye-opening, exciting, just how much this thing can snowball, right? The snow's already started to pack around the snowball. When a snowball starts collecting more snow, boy, it becomes a bigger and bigger and bigger snowball. Wow, so guys, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, make sure to leave your comment below, and we can pick the winner tomorrow. And as well, for anybody interested in trading, make sure to check out some of our links below. Remember, trading is always risky, but again, if you have experience, you want to support the channel, make sure to check out those links below.
What do you want? I want someone that loves me, that won't ever leave me, that respects me. No.